Hello, friends. Welcome back to CP Sports. Unfortunately, we lost connection and we lost Mike. He had to go. We're going to finish this one off. We had one more thing going on in wrestling. We're going to get down to that. And then after that, it's going to be all games. So stay tuned and keep it locked if you want to hear more about the video game announcements that recently went down. So, as before we kick this off with the games, we were we saw a cryptic message on Raw Talk before the show had started, which read, quote, "I have shown you signs and wonders, yet you don't believe. I offered you hope, freedom from the pit. You spit in my face, mock my family, question my timing. One last chance, an opportunity to repent, but my patience runs thin. There is a reckoning coming, excuse me. Your belief is indifferent. It's inevitable. You will learn you are finite, and you shall behold what we have become. A massacre is coming." End quote. So obviously, this would be something that was probably from Uncle Howdy, or Bo Dallas, Bray Wyatt's brother. Um, Speaking of questioning the timing is getting pretty scarce here. I'm kind of sick of seeing these little cryptic things like that. I don't know about you, but I do want to see it already come to fruition where Uncle Howdy does make his return to the ring. But going off of that, since we couldn't cover the game portion since we lost connection, we're gonna go right into the game portion, and we're gonna kick it off with the biggest takeaways from Sony's State of Play. Sony heavily featured the new 5 versus 5 Concord, which seems like an Overwatch-esque game coming to PS5 and PC. It looks interesting. The players seem quirky. They have their own unique styles and abilities. I am kind of weary about this one just because those kind of shooters don't normally last very long or even at all. They don't really become hits, but hopefully they do find a hit in this one. It seems interesting. I'm gonna have to check it out. I don't think I would get it first day, but one of the biggest things that came out of State of Play, Astrobot is getting his own full-fledged game. Some people may remember him from PS4 Playroom, where Astrobot was featured. It wasn't really a game; it was just showing the capabilities of the new controller, kind of showing everything off, but in a game form. Well, now Astrobot is in a colorful, fun-looking 3D platformer that features many PlayStation Easter eggs, references, and IP. The game spans over 6 galaxies and 80 levels. You'll have over 15 new abilities, and like its predecessor, it will serve as a showcase for the various sensors and haptics in the DualSense controller. Astrobot will be available for pre-order on June 7th, and its release date is set for October 6th. Also, we saw Silent Hill 2 remake is coming to PC and PS5 October 8th. Silent Hill Transmission aired shortly after, which they showed an extensive look at the gameplay. It looked just as I imagined it. All the feel of the original, all with the right upgrades. It seemed to drop some frames in what was seen, but I'm sure they're still in the process of optimizing it, so that's nothing to be too worried about. Konami then revealed many Silent Hill items for sale on the Konami store, such as models, clothing, and more. They ended the transmission with an inside look to the new Silent Hill film currently in production entitled Return to Silent Hill. The entire production team seemed enthusiastic and were huge fans of the franchise, and the director pulled a lot of his inspiration from Silent Hill 2, so I'm excited to see where they go with that, what they do. It was later revealed as well that Sony's PlayStation VR 2 headset will now be compatible with PCs via a PC adapter that'll run about $60 and is expected to release in August 7th. This now untethers PS2 or PSVR 2 owners from their consoles and a limited library and opens their world to an extensive library of Steam VR titles. The adapter will connect via USB port and will require being linked by a display cable between your graphics card and the adapter. The PS2 VR has now gone on sale for $100 less. Certain features, though, like haptic feedback, HDR, eye tracking, and those won't carry on to PC. However, the 4K LED screens per eye, the 110-degree field view, finger touch detection, and pass through cameras will go unaffected, making it a powerhouse of a headset under $1,000 with better specs than headsets like the HTC Vive Pro 2 and the Meta Quest 3. And we haven't seen, anything with these specs under $1,000 in the VR space. So it's nice to see that Sony's finally making their headset accessible to PC owners as well. And this would be a viable option, seeing as it's cheaper than the Meta Quest 3 now. And you still have, if you do have a PlayStation 5, I would suggest you get one. Luckily, I got mine very cheap. I got it off online for like $160, and they're, I believe, $500. So if you could find one, I would get it. Especially if you have a powerful PC that can run VR titles. Right now, the operating system that they're showing is compatible is Windows 10 and Windows 11. They recommend an Intel Core i5 7th gen and a Ryzen 3 3100, 8 gigs of RAM, which is surprising. Most games you're going to need about 16. I would recommend you still get that 16, if not more, because VR titles do hit that RAM hard. GPU, you have to have a NVIDIA GeForce GTX 650 or later. Luckily, I have a 1660 Super, so I'll be able to do that. But they do recommend that you have a GeForce RTX 3060 or later. Also, an AMD Radeon RX 6600 XT or later. So it's a little fine line there. I don't know if they will work with the later GPUs like the 1650, how look or run, but at least people with hardware that's not that powerful can still run these things. It would have to be connected, like I said, via display port 1.4, USB direct connection only. You must have Bluetooth 4.0 or later. And also, don't forget, Summer Game Fest is this Friday. Event producer and co-host Jeff Keighley discussed plans in a recent Q&A on a Twitch stream. He said they tried to plan some unexpected things from smaller teams and indie studios alongside big blockbuster games and franchises. It'll be quieter, focusing more on an in-depth look of already announced projects with new announcements throughout the show, and will tend to be things coming out later this year. It said we'll get big updates on Power World, Monster Hunter Wilds, and Metaphor. Some honorable mentions before we go off the air, since we lost you guys not that long ago. Some honorable mentions: Hypercharge Unbox hit Xbox a few days ago and has been doing pretty well. It's a multiplayer shooter that takes place outside and in your bedroom as you're an action figure fighting for your life in a colorful, toy-filled utopia. It's a co-op action adventure that blends elements of first and third person shooters. Hypercharge Unbox hit 50,000 sales in just 5 days, hitting it a huge milestone for the studio of only 6 people. Digital Cyber Cherries early released the game on PC back in 2017, and it was fully released in 2020 with it being ported to the Switch. Xbox reached out to them in 2022, and now Xbox users have access to it. Also, God of War Ragnarok is coming to PC September 19th. NXT. Netflix, they have this Tomb Raider series coming out, and it's called The Legend of Lara Croft. That's set to release October 10th. And Netflix is also developing a Minecraft animated series. So all the Minecraft fans out there have an animated series to look forward to as well. As for anything else, I think that's all we have for today. And we hope to see y'all soon. Sorry we lost connection. We'll try and not have that issue again. Unfortunately, my son tripped over the cable and unplugged it, and that's why we lost connection. But we're back, and thank you for tuning back in. We appreciate all your support, and we hope y'all have a great week and a wonderful weekend. Thank you.